Hello students, this is video 3 of circles lesson. Exercise 4.1 I was doing in the last video, and I had come to the point to the sum there, the third one, a tangent PQ at a point P. So just draw a rough figure and then P point you just mark there, and at a point P of a circle of radius 5. So radius 5, so I can join here, and this is 5 centimeters. See, please learn the sum. This sum is for MCQ. 5 centimeter meets a line through the center O at a point Q. So there is a line like this, and Q point is here, and a line is drawn through P. It is meeting at Q. That is the meaning. So let me read the problem once again. A tangent PQ. So PQ at a point P of a circle of radius 5 and meets a line through the center O at a point Q, so that OQ is equal to, so OQ is given to you, it is equal to 12 centimeter. Find the length of PQ, they have told. Now in the previous chapter you have learnt about the theorem of Pythagoras. Now you see here, you have to observe. Just now we have learnt a theorem that PQ tangent is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. So P is the point of contact there. Now if I want, I can draw this like this. This is the tangent. But OP is the radius through the point of contact. Now PQ, they are asking us to find what's the length of PQ. Okay. Now angle OPQ is equal to 90 degrees. Please remember, just now we have done this point. Tangent is perpendicular to the radius drawn through the point of contact. Perpendicular means 90 degrees angle. So now what has happened here? Triangle OPQ is a right angle triangle. If it is a right angle triangle, then theorem of Pythagoras can be applied. It will be applied. So what is the hypotenuse there? OQ squared. OQ squared hypotenuse is equal to OP squared plus PQ squared. You will write the formula there. Then write the values whatever you know. OQ you don't, you know it, 12 the whole squared. Whatever you know you should write. OP is given as 5 the whole squared, plus PQ you don't know, so keep it as it is. Then come on, simplify it further. 144 equal to 25 plus PQ squared. Shift the numbers to one side. So 144 minus 25, it is equal to PQ squared. So 144 minus 25 is how much? It is 9, then 3 minus 2, 1 and 1. Okay, 119. It is equal to PQ squared. Or PQ squared is equal to 119. Therefore PQ they had asked. So you have written the square root of PQ squared as PQ. So similarly you have to take the square root of the other side. So square root of 119. Now this itself is given in your answer. See, the fourth answer is that only, D. So A is 12, B is 13, C is 8.5, D is square root 119. See, we have got the answer here like this. So unless you do, you can't mark the answer. You have to work out like this and see what is the answer for MCQs. So PQ is equal to 119. So you should know the property what you have learned just now. It is the theorem of Pythagoras used, and then you should know the property there. Tangent is perpendicular to the radius. Everything, all those points should flash to your mind during the exam. You should know all this perfectly. So this is the problem. Now the fourth sum. I'm just because you are new to all this. That is why I can't leave everything to you only. Sometimes some things I have to explain there. Now what they have told there, fourth one. Draw a circle and two lines parallel to a given line such that one is a tangent and the other a secant to the circle. That I think you can really try. Draw a circle. So okay, draw a circle. Then two lines and two lines parallel to a given line. So some other line is given. So come on, let's draw one line like this. one line, a line, do a given line. You have to draw now two lines parallel to this given line. So AB is this one line. To this line you have to draw such that one is a tangent and the other is secant to the circle. You have to just draw a figure parallel to this, that means a tangent like this, to show them whether you know to draw a tangent or a secant or something. But it should be parallel to this, they have told. So you can draw another tangent, secant now here. This itself is a secant, and secant to the circle. So you can draw another line like this, parallel to it. You have to just show there, that's all. You have to just show the figure. Okay, now I am going to come to the exercise over. The exercise is over. Now we are going to come to the next very, very important points. So exercise is over. Now one point is already, you know, that from a point on the circle, you can draw only one tangent. You can draw only one tangent when the point is on the circle. Okay, now next one is, if a point P is inside the circle. If a point P is inside the circle, you should know this. This is a very simple point, but they will ask in MCQs. If there is a point inside the circle, then see, if you draw a line like this through P, what happens? Will it be a tangent? Will it be a tangent? No. It will be a secant. So through the point P inside the circle, you can never draw tangent. Because for tangent, what you need, a point which should touch the circle. The tangent touches the circle at only one point. Now this is nonsense. This one is just a point inside the circle, and you can never draw a tangent from a point which is inside the circle. You can never. No tangents. So 0. So for this, no tangents can be drawn when the point P is inside. So you should know that. Okay. Then third one is a very important thing. If the point is outside. If the point is outside the circle, you see, outside the circle, you go on drawing back. If you want number of lines like this, see what happens. Number of lines if you draw, what happens there? You will find two lines to be the tangents. They will be tangents. So Q and R. So what is the meaning then? A circle will have two tangents from an external point P. So if the point P is outside the circle, it will have two tangents. So this is 3 points. What is here? You need it. So if the point P is on the circle, only one tangent can be drawn. Only one. Okay? And if the point is inside the circle, no tangents can be drawn. If the point is outside the circle, two tangents can be drawn. So this is the important thing. Now next important thing what you are going to learn is about the tangents from an external point. I am going to tell some points of it, which is very, very important, and we are going to prove it as a theorem also. Now see, for example, you see now we are going to talk about tangents from an external point. Okay. So P is the external point here. I am going to tell the points I told you. Now two tangents I am going to draw here. PA and PB. PA and PB are the two tangents from external point. It has got special properties. First point is they are always equal. So first point I will write here, properties of tangents from an external point. From an external point. So tangent drawn from a point on the circle, that also had an important property. What property it had? The radius through the point of contact of that tangent will be perpendicular to the tangent. That was a very important point for it. But here the tangents from an external point, and the important properties of it I am writing here. So properties of tangents from an external point. Okay. One is they are equal. So PA is equal to PB, I will write. In order to just to see the time also I must see. So what's the time there? 10 minutes. Okay. I can just proceed. PA is equal to PB. Okay. Now O is the center of the circle and I am going to join OP here. I will join OP. I will join OA and OB also. In order to learn the other two properties, you are going to join OA, OB and OP. Now second property is, see, these two tangents, they are equally inclined with the line joining O and P. Equally inclined means what? Angle. This angle will be equal to this angle. Suppose this is 40 degrees, say, then this also will be 40. So this is an important property of the two tangents. They are equally inclined with the line joining the center and the external point. So the meaning is, I will write in our maths language, angle OPA is equal to angle OPB. So I have written in our language, but what is the thing in wording? So what you will say? Tangents, I will write here. Tangents are equally inclined to the line joining the center and the external point P. Okay, so that is the thing. Third one is, it has got another property. 4 properties it has, I will tell you now. So these two tangents, they subtend equal angles. They subtend equal angles at the center. What is the meaning of this? The meaning is angle AOP is equal to angle BOP. See, in wordings also I have written and I wrote in maths language also. Angle AOP, this angle will be equal to this angle. This angle will be equal to this angle, I have told you already. They are equally inclined and now they subtend equal angles at the center. Means what? AP, that line, that length of the tangent, AP is joined to O here. Means in the figure, AP is joined to O, B and P are joined to O. So that time angle AOP is formed there, BOP is formed. Those two are equal. That is the meaning. So they subtend equal angles at the center. Okay children, did you follow? The last 4th point I am going to tell you now. Angle between the two radii AOB. Angle AOB plus angle APB. Angle between the tangents APB. Angle between the radii. They are equal to, the sum of them is equal to 180 degrees. Their sum is equal to 180 degrees. So they can be called as supplementary. AOB and APB are supplementary. You know what is the meaning of supplementary? You have learned in the lower classes. Supplementary means what? Their sum is 180 degrees. So these are the 4 important properties of tangents drawn from an external point to a circle with center O. Did you follow children? Now it is already 14 minutes and now we are going to prove next, in the next video. I am just, if time permits, I am going to do it. In the next video, I will be proving the theorem. That is, tangents from an external point are equal. And all the other things also come in that theorem. So tangents from an external point to a circle are equal is the main thing, and that we are going to prove in the next video. Okay, now I am going to stop.